Thanks for staying with us here on TCM. I'm Alicia Malone. And when thinking of the most popular Christmas songs of all time and the best versions of those songs, White Christmas by Bing Crosby definitely comes to mind. Also, the Christmas song by the velvet-voiced Nat King Cole, and you'd have to include the beautiful ballad by Judy Garland that was composed for our next film, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas by Hugh Martin and Ralph Blane. It's one of many highlights in a movie that is definitely a must-see every holiday season, so we're happy to bring it to you now. From 1944, directed by Vincent Minnelli, it's Meet Me in St. Louis. Judy Garland was 21 when she made it, playing a teenager in this year-in-the-life story of a close-knit family. Mary Astor and Leon Ames play her parents, and among her siblings are Lucille Brahma and our good friend Margaret O'Brien, who practically steals the show as her youngest sister. It's a film that is often credited with starting the golden age of movie musicals, and MGM, where this film was made, became synonymous with the genre. And no producer made more glossy or prestigious films there than the man behind our film, Arthur Freed. Freed started his career as a lyricist before moving to producing, and speaking of memorable songs, was responsible for writing or co-writing a number of them, including Singin' in the Rain, All I Do Is Dream of You, and You Are My Lucky Star. Freed and Vincent Minnelli became a formidable pair, collaborating on 11 films as producer-director, and several others in which Minnelli directed a sequence or two. Among those are some of the best musicals from that golden age, the Academy Award-winning Best Pictures An American in Paris and Gigi, also The Bandwagon, plus this next film. Here it is from 1944, also with Tom Drake, Marjorie Main and June Lockhart, Meet Me in St. Louis. That was our great friend Margaret O'Brien in Meet Me in St. Louis as the youngest sister Tootie. She was already a veteran at this point, having made 8 feature films. And director Vincent Minnelli noted in his memoir that in many of those, O'Brien played anxious, even neurotic child characters. So he said it took some doing to get her to act a bit more naturally for Meet Me in St. Louis. For scenes in which she had to become emotional, though, Minnelli said he noticed that O'Brien's mother would always whisper something to her right before she walked on set. He found out what it was the hard way. You see, her mum tried to get her worked up before an emotional scene, and at one point instructed Minnelli to do it. When asked what he needed to say, she replied, "She has a dog, and you'll have to say someone is going to kill it." Wow, talk about a stage mum. Minnelli very reluctantly agreed one time. Afterward, O'Brien apparently skipped off the set, but Minnelli went home, quote, feeling like a monster. All right, up next is the second night of our weekly spotlight on kid fans this month. Tonight's double feature kicks off with little Mansa McCullough, joining Ben Mankiewicz to talk about Charlie Chaplin's 1925 masterpiece, The Gold Rush. So don't go anywhere.
Next on TCM, The Gold Rush, then The Great Dictator, and later, The Scar of Shame. TCM cuts deep tonight.